Screencast 15, Defining and Getting Data from Report Parameters. The last few screencasts have been about data methods and programmatically getting data from an AX query and setting ranges on them. And I'm going to I want to continue that example, but in order to do so, I need to introduce the topic of parameters and creating your own. And so that it's less confusing, I'm going to create a brand new report. Let's see. I right-click there and new item. And then I'll click report. I'll just keep it report 2. Okay, and remember we need data sets and designs. First, let's get our data set, which is going to be a data method. Actually, in this case, I'll start off with just a simple query. I'll get to the data method later. We'll do cust again. We'll select query here, and then we'll select the specific query. And it's cust table SRS. I'll pick all the fields. And you're probably wondering, hey, didn't I just define cust in report 1? Why can't I just reuse that? And that is a consequence of the way reports are modeled. You can't share data sets and things between report models, only among designs in a report model. So the data set's defined, and of course I will just drag in the data set to the designs node, and I'll set my layout template and the style template, and we'll preview the report. I'll put star there for now. Okay, it all works. Now before I continue, I'm gonna go ahead and put a default value of star for the cust group parameter so that the range is set. Okay, and let's preview the report. Great, it works. Now let's get back here, and what we're going to do is add a parameter in this node, and we're going to have it control some aspect of the report. Specifically, we are going to have it show up as the title. So in preview, we'll just have whatever the parameter's value is to appear up here instead of AutoDesign1. Okay? And the reason we can do that is it's an expressionable property, which we covered in an earlier screencast. First, let's define the parameter. Okay, and I'll just call this sample text. And notice the data types. Unfortunately, you can type in anything here, but there are only a few valid types. So they have to be called system.string, system.int32, system.double, and system.bool, or boolean. You can't just type an int or a float or double. It's got to be just those 4 types. So I'll leave it as string, and I won't, well, I'll say hello world would be its default value, right? Now the question is, how do I get that value into the report, right? So there's a title property, and I've used this before. Well, we're going to use an expression to get the value. Now previously I've shown you how to get values from the fields or data method. Now we're going to use this parameters node, and you'll see sample text parameters there. So I'll click, and this will get expanded to parameters bang sample text dot value. Okay. Let's go ahead and preview the report. Hello world's the default, therefore I should see hello world up there. Let's prove the parameter works. I'll just type in some garbage text, and there you have it. The garbage text is in the report. Simple enough, right? Okay. Next most complicated thing. We're going to use that parameter, and we're going to apply it in the generation of data. But that'll be the next screencast. I just wanted to get this first out so you see how to get a parameter, how to define it, and how to take its value using that parameters bang syntax. Next screencast, we're going to use it with a programmatically executed AX query.